of the project within. I'm thinking of librarians, I'm thinking of gardeners and farmers and people and hunters and people who are seriously dedicated to bringing about their own or others' enlightenment, greater understanding. They want to bring about clarity of thought, clarity of interpretation. Clarity of polarity. To feel when, this is causing a little bit of pressure on my scapula, but if I turn my hand that way and bring it lower, that's how to realign, or that's how to impact the influx of air such that it's directed towards the region of least resistance. Well, that's air moves to the absence of pressure. Oh, And you have tidal forces within you. You have fluids that are also responding to the same universal laws of hydrodynamics. Movement in water, movement and globe in dynamics. There are these multiple layers, though. They're invisible, as are our limitations. And this is one great thing about Grecian and Roman sculpture. No one is ever going beyond what they physically can do. I'm trying to reach out to you. There's that famous picture of Caesar Augustus where he's reaching out. He's not wearing shoes. Of course, he has that, those awesome breastplates. Who knew if they were actually that fit? They had some harsh upbringing, even the elites. Whenever you had limited grain growing capabilities, life becomes cheaper. Thus, you have more sacrifice. You have, you self-limit your population. You have a harder process of becoming an adult. And then all religions, all ideologies are attempts to bring about clarity within that time in which they were synthesized. I swear, people's reluctance, people's refusal to look at all the technology, look at all the machines, all of the examples of the atomic theory in action. And to still disrespect all of those individuals, Volta, Einstein, Newton, Shakespeare, Homer, Lao Tzu, Abu Bakr, Omar, These were human. Ali, then all the pharaohs, the people who had nothing, who had no foundations, but yet there's that innate human tribe that wants to bring these other tribes together. There's that natural longing from someone. Now, how powerful is the personality of that someone within their zeitgeist? How influential, how captivating, how convincing are they? Inevitably, there's going to be someone who's emergent, who sees these problems, who also synthesizes a solution, and who has features that make them the perfect communicator of that synthesis. It's inevitable. It can't be me. It's probably someone who's watching, or someone who's going to watch. Some politician, some philanthropist, philanthropology. Think about when a criminal sees this. Think about when they say, oh my gosh, so all my life, my lack of physiological alignment was contributing to my lack of decision-making restraint. And it was that made me choose to start doing that. It led to this, and that went there, and then that stopped, and then I didn't show up for this, and I lost that person's respect, or that I burned that bridge. Next thing you know, you're alone. Next thing you know, you don't have a home. What can this knowledge do for them? To not only give them a way in which they can release their frustrations and animosities, they can feel good while doing so. Because to follow this demands a methodical, strategic approach to the coordination and the choreography of all of the decisions that we're making about our body. How to move it. How to allow the atmosphere at the bottom of this ocean of air how it affects us internally and externally. How the curvature of space-time gives us the sensation of gravity. All in the process sinking because of space-time. We all know that we're rotating. It's not the sun that rotates around us. Backwards. We've got to go a little forward. We've got to bend everything. And then we've got to try to make everything straight. And then we've got to make everything straight, but Not everything. We've got to relax something else. But then it's got to be called into action whenever it's sensed that it needs to be. And that's where enhancing our perception, enhancing the sensitivity of our own internal nerve system. That's your antenna. That's your Wi-Fi router. That's your phone to the cosmos. That's your phone to all of the internal operations. All those paths along which electrons move. What are your nerves doing? I swear, if everyone had this opportunity, if everyone was going to city council meetings, if everyone was taking part in this public discourse, there would be fewer mass shootings. There would be fewer school shootings. There would be less dysfunction. There would be greater communication. There would be greater empathy. You don't have empathy if you don't believe in humanity's capacity to be caring, to be helpful, to allow the better angels of our animal nature, whatever creatures we are, we have instincts. See how I'm keeping my spine long by dipping, by lowering my body rather than doing this? What fails on us first? Usually it's our knees. I know I'm not going to live to be 100 or 110. I'd like to live to be 50. And there will be a lot of other fit 50-year-olds. Should I be so lucky as to make it to that age? The reasons why I will not be a centenarian will not be because of the advancements. There was a time in which chemistry and the trust in doctors was misplaced, and the tests or the medication did harm. So there's a justified skepticism about technology, about science, and what it can do. But that is not justification for dismissing it. It's not justification for rejecting it. And it's that process of rejection that coincides with the psychological tendency that many people have for oversimplifying complex situations, which all situations in this culture are complex. All emotions are complex because they operate in such an unnatural environment. Civilization is not natural, but it's a capacity that we possess. Art, creativity, problem solving. If you don't have any problems to solve, what do you do? You start using whatever's in surplus or whatever's